If you can't accept the service arranged for you on the same day, you may also need to make a mistake for a while. This program doesn't look like it. But we never thought about when and where this person would appear. Then there is a round card in the middle. I personally quite like the feeling mode represented by the round card because it means there could be a lot of experience and many challenges and journeys. It's about embarking on a new adventure. Sincerely, on one hand, it could be that you two have stuck around for 15 weeks without going back to the adventure. For example, you might often go out traveling, just two people with a backpack, and suddenly a trip or jumping from a plane. This is real life, the real living, the experience of this new thing. Another possibility is your personalities. So perhaps you two have not really left this city.
Two people both work at this place.
It seems like the kind of life you two are living together. With the experience, you will feel very adventurous and novel, which may be related to the other party's rights. As I just mentioned, the other party may be sponsored or calculated. I will chat with you about some lovely knowledge about younger brothers or whatever topics you two have been talking about. There is a freshness, a feeling that you haven't encountered. This is the feeling. I personally like this feeling, this deck of cards. It is one can be cared for and then protected estate. So people might know still belongs to that kind of a little ignorant of the heights. Then play with people passionately. It's that kind of hot-blooded and good destroying feeling. Including your steel cord chips, this disc behind you can be seen from the purchase and sale. It's actually very similar to the original. It also has a turbulent wave. A lot of emotions are pouring in. Then there's this weird feeling, so that's it. These kind of things circulating when the old country calculates an extra ticket, it also represents a shortened foundation, so that the two people would not say poor things. You eat black pepper ham, and then I still don't eat mustard. Isn't it that it requires a certain stable basis and common premise to let us eat? There's a feeling of swimming in the air. It might be the different food you've experienced, or it might be what the two of you are doing together. Apart from being caught shouting sick, you might be a bit pessimistic about relationships maybe earlier. Like, there is a possibility that you might go out as friends or ambiguous objects, maybe that I'm really happy for you. It's possible, but probably not for others, especially after such patience. I quite like the singer. See you next time on our show. But when you encounter a different world, it may make you feel that love is not what you used to, and life is not what you used to live. It will give a new perspective on the whole person's way of living. If you have any questions, you can join the fan group to communicate with me. Well, let's take a look. We can guarantee that we can draw the third set of cards. Let's take a look at the preservation of the construction, the standing committee of the Holy Feast, the political commissioner. Hang in there. Why don't you speak? The Shanghai Provincial Parliament has a president. I really give this to you. It's very possible. Because in your relationship, there is a cling film in it. The cling film can also be seen from the picture that there is a lot of pain and damage. So I think either you two, you said that I am completely because of the current environment. Everyone may feel that they may not get to know each other if they don't fight. Maybe at the beginning, I don't like you, you don't like me. The result is still good together. But I think this could very likely be one of your plans, especially since the other party has a very well-preserved capital profit, and you would also represent have been out of touch for a while.
Thank you.
everything disappears around you because you push people away. The feeling that one can come back, including Wes, also means this. Wes represents always holding on. This has lost something, but the kind of feeling that he has been holding on to him and does not want to let him go. So I think this kind of word has a certain, only this is the feeling of your ex. So let's finish talking about the front wheel first, and if you don't have a front wheel, or if you don't have one, you can hit the back one, and then I'll talk about what a totally new person would look like. If this person is your old love, the Ancestors' Soul Temple and the Old 10 Generations Temple actually represent the warmth of the other party. And it also shows that these must have been out of touch for a while. There must be a brief disconnect, a sense of separation. This is quite a certain point. And the second one is that the analysis above is likely you or the other party have already found new objects, but then break up with the new objects and then come back to find you. That is, the state of the other party will have a kind. The turning and returning to this person's feeling and the process of your development, the preservation of society, is emotional pain and sadness. But in fact, it's a lot less generous than him. He will still go to Shanbaitan. Shanbaitan is not yours. But he still didn't continue from this stage. So this maiden anyway then didn't accept the other's resistance. I just love to look back more. He's been talking for a while. Or 2 or maybe 3. He might be dating others but still thinks you're the best, and then he'll come back to you. Or after you two break up, he's still there, but you found someone else, and then he probably knows after you broke up. And there's a chance he'll eventually turn back to you. And the last one is a photo from a secret network. If you were a girl, I would think of you. You might not choose it, or you might observe it for a while because it's actually a bit. I would think that as you grow up, you would no longer be inexperienced. Maintain a feeling, because your Cantonese makes me feel if this person was sent by a ghost, you might still have some contact with him. But when you say touch, you might feel a bit like an outsider. You won't really throw yourself into this relationship, but you might have contact with him, talking and chatting. And even if 2 people have the chance and the timing, they might meet and say, but your whole person seems like you'll interact. But there's a feeling that your soul is in a third party, and you might have an observation period, and then you might have some very textual, very realistic considerations. Overall, it's about like this anyway. If you are a money person, that's it. If you think of a score now, the quickest possibility is this person. There is another bed behind. He's single and robbing him won't give you anything. It's totally impossible. It represents a good feeling. Let's take a look at the other party's condition. There are 4 patches because there are not 4 masks around, which actually shows that the other party's epidemic situation is quite good. Including him with you will definitely not be hated by you. You must have had a great experience here. So the appearance or characteristic of this person is mainly composed of water and wind, which means this person is, I think it might lean towards something like a Cancer girl. There are those moments of softness, especially if you are a person with a temper or a carefree person. He is gentler, he is more capable of comforting people, his temper is still the same. Then with the support of Francie, he is very strong. The smart ones can slightly perceive some of your unhappiness, occasional sadness, and then they can agree well. Good. I a shower. Which time to eat? Eat the one stir-fried at my house. He doesn't know you're angry, which can be very deceptive, but such people are just the kind who can feel some of your emotions, and at the same time, the other party will also be affected by their own emotions. Because he might be more sensitive or delicate, he can notice your relationship with emotions. He's not very happy, which means his mood isn't great. This kind of instability is not about temper tantrums, scaring you for no reason, or throwing things around. He might also have a lot of... Then he might want to blink his eyes, but at this time, he invented this technology, always by his side. Then if you imitate it and don't break the TV, it's definitely the happiest time when it won't stop. There's a bit of noise. I see you're not wearing glasses. I'm not wearing glasses either. Oh, it's very likely to have a quarrel on the road. So at first we didn't know what we wanted to do later, but then I felt that when you two were together there was no past. Wipe your butt. The idea of dating with marriage as a prerequisite is not applicable to you guys, because this is purely overseas culture, including autism. As I just said, autism will actually have a bit... Should we really commit? Even if you two confirm a relationship, even if this person is your boyfriend, even if you two have been dating for a month, but you may still not have really let go and say, I have settled on this person. I'm just passive with him, I have children with him, but I think you're still you. I've been bullied by him. It will be very, very heavy. It is possible that within 3 months or even half a month, this kind of decision could be made. I think it's very big, because when I said he is actually a more invested state, there aren't many small tricks or calculations. But if you are a woman, I would feel it's a bit... I'll take a look. Alright, let's see if it's true. Let me look at this guy to see if we can rely on him. I'll show you, he's just a pale face. Then I think you can expect a place of power in this group of platforms. The first one might be Joran, the second could be Lee Hangming, the mist, the unharmed, this fate opens me. Then the second one, it's another natural signature. I think this one is more caring and gentle. It can give to you. Perhaps more than 99% of the love that men can give you is your initial love is money. And money, because we just changed the reason to say that he can. If auntie and boyfriend can go in, marriage, your white armor, someone that painted the marriage yard, and then maybe some mother-in-law relationship, this person is actually well handled. It feels a bit like a girl's active feeling. She is the feeling of derailment. Anyway, still good. The subject matter is almost like this. We will continue to release messages and have more time later.